Harper and Harper Audio present The Rebel Girls of Rome by Jordyn Taylor. Performed by Jennifer Jill Araya and Jesse Valinsky. For my grandparents. Chapter 1. Lila. Present day. While Grandpa scans the menu, I scan the street for the guy who's going to change our lives. It would help if I knew exactly what he looked like, but all I've seen is his tiny Gmail photo. Every dark mop of curls sends my heart thudding into my ribcage. I tap my phone to check the time again. It's still 5 minutes before 2, but I didn't want to be late for the reason Grandpa and I flew halfway around the world.
Pronto?
I drag my eyes off the strangers traipsing along the cobblestones. The waiter's here to take our order. With an apologetic smile, I gesture to one of the empty seats across from us. Stiamo aspettando il nostro amico. We're waiting for our friend.
Qualcosa da bere mentre aspetti?
He asks. I turn to Grandpa. Do you want something to drink while we wait? Since we touched down in Rome yesterday morning, he's been letting me do all the talking. To the cab driver, to the woman who owns the apartment we're renting, to the staff in every restaurant and cafe. I'm not sure whether it's that he can't speak the language anymore or he just doesn't want to. And I'm too afraid of upsetting him to ask. All I know is I'm grateful that Mom spoke so much Italian to me growing up, and that I took it these first 2 semesters of college.
Tell him I'll take a cappuccino,
Grandpa mumbles. Wincing, I ask if cappuccinos are still available, knowing full well we've just committed a major faux pas. Italians don't drink milk in their coffee after 11 o'clock in the morning. Sure enough, the waiter shakes his head.
Non nel pomeriggio.
Not in the afternoon.
That's fine,
Grandpa mutters to me.
I'll have an espresso.
Interesting that he didn't wait for me to translate. I smile up at the waiter. Un caffè espresso per mio nonno, per favore. An espresso for my grandfather, please. He nods and heads inside, leaving Grandpa and me to continue our waiting game. Grandpa crosses his arms over his chest and leans back in his chair. He lets out a sigh that ruffles his bushy gray mustache. A sigh that seems to contain a lifetime of sorrow. I go back to scanning the street for Tommaso, praying I haven't dragged us into some kind of wild goose chase. What if this whole thing is a scam? Scams are pretty sophisticated these days. Maybe Tommaso is a con artist who makes a living by posing as an innocent university student, telling naive Americans he's found some long-lost family heirloom and luring them to Rome so he can rob them. It seems like a lot of work, though, when you could just rob someone local. Not that I condone robbing anyone, from near or far. Oh God, I'm anxiety spiraling. I sweep my long, coppery hair into a ponytail, so I have something to do with my hands. It feels good to get it off the back of my neck, which is damp with sweat in the June heat. I'm not really worried Tommaso is going to rob us. I'm just scared that if anything goes wrong, Grandpa's going to freak out and fly home. It's a miracle he's here to begin with. Grandpa was born in Rome, but you'd never know it from meeting him. Whenever the topic of his childhood comes up, or even something random about the war, his face goes slack and a mist seems to pass over his eyes. It's like he temporarily checks out of consciousness. The one and only time I asked him how he survived, I was in 10th grade and working on a family history project. Grandpa got up from his armchair and shuffled into the kitchen, muttering about needing a drink. Could have told you that would happen, Mom said, almost smugly. Grandpa goes by Ralph, not his birth name, Raffaele, which I glimpsed on his boarding pass at the airport. And I've never heard him utter a word of his first language. In his defense, he was only 6 when he came to America to live with cousins after the war.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?